I feel like I'm in the old west. Like I'm looking at the snowy landscape.
I'm about to go live. All right, here we are.
Hello, hello.
We are live, and we are finally here, joined with
Matt Thomas, the Rambo Minion from studioredband. I was really getting into that song.
But yeah, so we were going to record last night, this little podcast here, and something came up, and
Yeah.
it wasn't planned for today, but we're here, and we're gonna be kicking this off, and basically what this is, the Craven Files. We sort of did this before some years back, when it was called Jack's Notes,
Mm-hmm.
and basically it's like a discussion series where we talk about, lost movie scripts or movie script history, unproduced projects, movies that never were, the unmade.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be going over the script. If I could talk right, maybe my brain cells have been erased. The script history of Eraser.
I'm ready to be erased.
And there's a lot of information here. It's very, that's why it's called part one, because I don't know if we're going to get it all here. Like if we're going to get this all done in one sitting, because there's a lot of information here, in regards to what made the screen and what didn't make the screen. And, I don't know. Have you looked at it a little bit? Because I sent you a copy.
A tiny bit. I have another one from Jack, and I was writing him back actually, and I emailed it, but I don't know if he got the email because it came back, so I have to send it back again. I was looking at some other stuff, and at the same token, I found the 10 years to First Blood that we did around the 40th, and that was insane because not only does it have all that awesome, First Blood stuff, but I found all these extra tapes of us like just hanging out, chilling, so can't wait to share that with people, because you'll get to see what goes on behind the scenes, like how we actually prepare all this stuff,
Yeah, and this was just a few years ago when we were using Skype, and
yeah,
the very cooperative Skype.
Yep. Yeah.
I say that sarcastically, but it's like now with the StreamYard platform, we could talk about this stuff and better presentation.
Yeah.
And hey DJ, so we got DJ watching.
DJ in the house.
Alex,
baby. Alex, come in so you can read some. Like if anybody wants to jump in and read, if you guys read, I'll read to match your reading, and we'll knock this one out of the park in 4 hours.
4 hours. I mean, if he wants to join, it's up to you. But real quick, before Alex, or if anybody jumps in, I have to give a big shout out to Jack Craven.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy that has inspired this. And over the last few years, between me and you and other people, I'm sure Jack Craven has sent a lot of information about, the unmade and what, films that never made the big screen. And
yeah, and it's cool because sometimes you'll be watching videos online, like a Super Void or something, and you'll see him in the credits, and you're like, oh my goodness, it makes sense that this episode was so good. Because Jack, I don't know, like how he can retain so much knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's amazing. I feel just so privileged to have you guys as friends, and like I just love it every time because I get to learn every time. The only thing is I'm really slow these days. So
I'm all slow. I mean, and we give thanks to Jack Craven, but we don't know the real Jack Craven. That's the conundrum.
That's the best part.
Yeah, he's an enigma.
Yeah, he's a symbol, like the Batman.
Yeah. Instead of the bat signal, it's the Craven signal.
Yeah.
whenever something
Dun-dun.
whenever something unmade pops up, in the interwebs, we got to turn on the Craven
Yeah.
signal.
Jack sent me a couple of things this week, and it was weird because one of them
Hey, Ali.
he'll know the one I'm talking about. But I've been trying to reread and read that one for a week straight. Every day I look at it and I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait to talk about that one. But and
And
then this one hits right, and then this one's just a fucking this is a three racer episode.
so like I said, over the last few years, he's just been sending a lot of stuff, and I'm like, we got to talk about this stuff. And I've been trying to figure out a way to, I guess, to format it, and we'll
Yeah.
tweak it as we go along here, because we got more topics to go over and more movies to talk about and more of the unmade.
I
So
think we got like somewhere near 100 pages.
yeah,
I think somewhere near there.
and
It's amazing.
and this information here, I think Jack sent to me in January, and
Okay.
it caught my attention a little bit because, one, I'm a big fan of the movie, and I was kind of like going through it. And I'm like, okay, this looks very cool. Like, again, what didn't make the screen, or the development of the movie.
Yeah, it's just gonna be good.
So
Because I've only seen this movie like I think like once all the way through back in like 97 or 90 or whatever it came out.
if only
Yeah.
we can erase the pollen. I mean, that would be nice,
Yeah.
because
You got pollen and I got like ice down here.
and yeah, for people that don't know, I've known Matt for a while, but he lives in Canada, so I mean, how cold is it up there?
Oh man, it's gotta be minus something. Like if I had to guess, maybe 15, 20. So it's like halfway to like cold where you can't go out. Well, here anyway. 40 is usually where you're like, okay, I'm staying home.
Uh, that's a good question, though. I would like to know if Jack has any information on like Mortal Kombat stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
And
started making a Street Fighter fan edit. I haven't shown it off yet, but it's coming. It's
that'd be
just
cool.
all based on Van Damme Guile. It's
Yeah.
like you're kind of like following Guile on his journey through the movie. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to make it a little more serious.
And
Yeah.
so Sunday, that comment, Sunday I felt fine. I was outside for a party for a couple of hours, and I just probably inhaled all that good pollen.
Hmm.
And since then, it's just been, for me. But for people
Yeah.
out there,
In the fall, man, or like when I do the hay for my rabbit, man, I'm like all fucked up after that.
Alex, maybe Jack will pop in here in the chat, and he can chime in on that. And
I hope so.
if anybody wants to, now, like I said, we did send out. I don't know if Alex can make it here on the stream, but basically, what we're going to do here is that we have information that's we haven't displayed it yet, but you'll see it here live, and we're basically going to read off and what's been sent.
Yeah.
We may not get it all done here in one sitting, but for people,
we could always do like a couple of pages and then like just see who wants to jump in and hang out.
yeah, we could do that.
Maybe try to keep the theme on stuff that Jack sent, because like I said, I know, like I think when I combined the last time I combined stuff that we did, I think we were at 101 pages, I think. And like maybe on one page I'll have like sometimes 3 or 4 notes.
And I might, if I do any reading, I might grab a water real quick just to help me out.
Oh yeah. I'll try to power through it. I'll try to do at least like 10 paragraphs
And
right off the bat.
for the people that are watching, feel free to interject, with a question or a comment or any kind of anything that's on your mind.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Getting ready to screen pop the information here.
All right.
Via WordPad, good old WordPad.
Let me get situated over here. Arnold, your luggage. How did he like not get in trouble for that?
What's that?
With the alligator, shooting the alligator.
Because it was a CGI.
But Peter still didn't freak out.
What's that?
Imagine today if you did that. Game over.
Well, I mean, doesn't Sci-Fi Channel do that basically?
Yeah, or like swamp people.
Asylum movies.
Yeah.
I mean, they're shooting some kind of CGI creature and everything.
I still gotta watch that Treat Williams one, the Jaws one.
Deep Rising, or is that?
Yeah,
Peter. Okay, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
But to give you guys an idea of how long this file is, this is all of what we're gonna. Yeah, it's a long one. So we're going to do what we can here. And if we have to.
You didn't even hit the bottom.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot, man.
And also, I must add, too, before we get into this, because I'm sure people out there, or they're going to have some people be like, oh, that's BS. That's never that was never the case. Look, and I'm sure Jack would say the same thing. Any correction, like anything that people want to throw out there, I'm open to correction. I think anybody's open to correction here. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm just having a good time. I love all the gossip of like what could have been, what was, what we never saw, what should have happened. I'm all about that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to grab.
Some good Crow news this week was go check out that Super Void Cinema Crow sequels where they talk about the real Crow 2 that's still in development. That is gonna blow your brain away.
The unmade Crow 2?
Yeah, it's still being written.
Oh, wow.
Or designed, yeah.
But I'm gonna grab 2 waters real quick.
Yeah.
This will dry me out. And then we'll get into the file here.
Okay.
Feel free to talk to the audience.
Hello, audience. While John's gone, I'll read the first paragraph here. It says, I wasn't sure whether I should write this file or not. But some time ago, on one of your streams, I talked about what happened to Eraser during its production. And you asked me to send anything about it if I want. So since I had some free time this weekend, I wrote this. As you'll see, I decided to mention some other unmade films by writers who worked on Eraser. Because I didn't want this to be a very short file. It's
short file?
It's still, yeah. It's still a rough file, which I'll probably revise in the future if I find some new info or anything like that. But for now, I think you'll find it interesting. So let's start. All right, so it goes into the original spec script for Eraser was written sometime in early 1994 by screenwriter Troy. What's his name? Troy Puryear? Yeah, I think that's how you say it. The film was released in June 96, about 2.5 years after the script was written. So it goes to show how long it was in development. The original script was very different from the final film. I'm looking forward to that. So it was more focused on characters than action. It was written to be over-the-top blockbuster. It turned into, just to give you an idea of how different it could have been. Originally, the lead role was written for Robert De Niro in mind to star in the film. For whatever reason, he wasn't interested in it. Was then offered to Stallone, who hated the script, so he rejected it too. Then Chuck Russell and Arnold Schwarzenegger read the script and liked it, and left some other project where they were working on in order to make Eraser. So
So,
this, yeah,
how do you think any like? I mean, some of those names that you mentioned there. How do you think any of them would have fared for this movie? Like
man,
Stallone or De Niro?
I'm gonna try to to think of like to bounce Stallone ideas off of this as we go through, because that could have been cool.
Do you think because this movie was a hit? Do you think it would have been sort of like a nice? I mean, rebound. I mean, I like Assassins. I like uh,
Yeah,
Judge Dredd, and then Daylight's a fun movie.
yeah,
And but it would have been interesting to see uh, Stallone in here.
yeah. I think it would have been a little more noir if he was in there, but
And
it sounds cool.
Wild Man Beyond is in the chat.
Oh baby, oh baby, beam down to us, baby. Sydney Sweeney time. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck Russell and Arnold.
Who's Chuck Russell?
He's the guy that directed the movie.
Okay, yeah, okay. Chuck Russell. What else has he done?
The Mask with Jim Carrey. He
Oh
did
God.
the Blob remake from '88.
Actually, no, those are two pretty good. Those two are pretty good. My sister worked on The Mask
Oh, really?
on VFX. Yeah, it was part of her stage, like her schooling.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I should talk to her about that. I've never really,
Yeah, get her to come on here.
Yeah, she'd probably be down for that.
Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I know he directed one of the Elm Street movies, and I forgot which one it was.
Oh, 3's so good.
Um, but I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay. I'm not going to go into too much differences between the original script and the final film, and I'll try to include some of the bigger ones. So the main hero and main villain, who are called John Kruger and Robert Deguerin in the film, were only known as Eraser and Samaritan in the original script. But in later part of the script, Eraser does mention how his real name is Roy Wallace.
Roy Wallace. Yeah, because I look at Arnold. Yeah, and I see Roy Wallace.
Yeah, Roy. You son of a bitch.
Roy the Eraser Wallace. Come on.
Roy, your luggage Wallace. Roy, welcome to Earth Wallace.
I wonder if though, because I just remembered that Chuck Russell directed Elm Street 3. Is there a coincidence between the main character in this movie, his last name being Kruger?
I know, huh?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Apparently 3 was really fucking dark.
Yeah,
like they had to like cut down that darkness in half to like, whoa, I heard like Freddy gets killed as a baby or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So when it comes to other characters from the film who are also in the original script, U.S. Marshal Chief Arthur Beller is in it, but only as a couple of scenes. And Johnny C., the mob informant who Kruger saves in the opening scene of the film, is also in the script, but only in the opening, which is almost the same one as in the film. And he doesn't show up again. While in the film, he is a major character in the second half who helps Kruger during a couple of action sequences. So Lee Cullen is in the script, and her whole character and relationship between her and Eraser is very different and much more personal. And this is where I think I can get into how the whole story was different.
So now we're getting into like some heavy synopsis stuff here.
Yeah. All right, buckle up. So the story from the final film involving smuggling of EMP rifles, terrorists, and conspiracy, FBI going after Cryas, etc. All of that was not in the original script. It was all added later during all the rewrites. Original story in the script was just about Eraser protecting Lee, who is a witness to the mafia has been trying to track down and kill for years, and Samaritan is working for them. The focus on the script was mostly on the relationship between Eraser and Lee, and it's explained how they became lovers when they first met, and he got the assignment to protect her and erase her identity. He erased more than that. He erased those stains from the sheets.
I'm about to say forgot to erase. Never mind. I'm not going to go there.
She even got pregnant and gave birth to a boy named Cody because he's almost got her killed when his phone to call her was tracked. Eraser had to leave and not contact her anymore just to make sure she's safe. And he doesn't even know he has a son until much later in the script after they meet again. He tries to get closer to Cody, with all three of them are on the run from hitmen and everyone else who are after him. You know what? That would make a good sequel. Imagine if they did a sequel with them older now, but then a prequel aspect, kind of like they wanted to do with Die Hard 6, where half of it was going to be a prequel, and then you just like de-age everybody and have her pregnant and stuff. Like,
do you think they would have gone that route of Arnold's character having a relationship with Vanessa Williams for a sequel?
Dude, I would do it. I would say, you know what, Arnold, if you're listening out there, wherever you are, this sounds a lot better than I don't know what you're doing now.
Yeah, that's what we were just reading, Gabbo. Apparently, there was a alternate story where a subplot where Arnold
who would play this? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, basically, what Gabbo's asking here is what we just read. That was a subplot.
Yeah.
That was
Who do you think would play the son?
Now you got me thinking.
It's got to be that kid from Elm Street, Miko Hughes.
It wouldn't be a bad choice.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not a bad one.
You know who could have done it if they were younger is Vincent Klein. He's got kind of like an Arnold sternness to him, but he's kind of got like Vanessa Williams' eyes.
Gabba says they would get Justin Smith likely now. Justice Smith, who's that?
I don't know. Justin Smith.
Or Jaden, or one of the.
Yeah.
What were we?
Hold on a second.
I think
we. Did it go up a bit? Oh wait.
Right here.
Yeah. Okay. So he tried because he almost got her killed when. Okay, they are set up for some crime they didn't commit, and Eraser is set up by Samaritan to look like he is a mole in the U.S. Marshals. So now, when it comes to the action sequences, the only ones which are in both the film and the original script are opening scene with the hitman trying to kill Johnny C, the shootout in the cabin with Eraser and the Samaritan, team trying to save another witness, but later this turns out to be part of the setup. The whole plane sequence. Other than that, none of the crazy action sequences from the film or in the original script, including all breaking into Cyrus building and final battle at the Baltimore docks. And the action scenes, which are in the script but not in the film, are not really worth mentioning other than the one in the original ending, which I'll get to now. So the finale to the script takes place in an abandoned casino. Oh, that's cool. Which is set on fire during the whole climax, and is where Eraser and Samaritan have their final battle. At the end of which they get into a fight, which ends with Eraser stabbing Samaritan with the knife. But before he dies, it's almost like Samaritan wants to do one last good thing for his former friend and best student. So he tells Eraser how as long as the Mafia knows Lee is alive, they'll keep coming after her. Like he didn't know that. Yeah. And how Eraser has to just do his job and protect her. This is why when other marshals come and save him from the fire. Eraser makes it look like Lee and Cody died in the fire, so they are pronounced dead. And the mafia believes this and calls off the search for them for good. Eraser also has had the side of his face burned and scorched in the fire, but nothing serious. He later meets up with Lee and Cody and tells them how one day they will meet again and live together. But until then, he has to keep doing his job and make sure that everyone believes they're dead. And Lee and Cody take the money which Eraser helped Lee to steal and go live somewhere in Hong Kong.
So basically, the original idea, or for the finale, was that Arnold's character was going to get burned.
Yeah, Kruger style.
That's what I'm saying. The Kruger connection.
Yeah.
Do you like this? I mean, I like the finale at the end of the film on the docks. I mean, that would have been cool to have it in a casino and like the original script here.
Now all you need now is Saxon in there, John Saxon.
Yeah. And real quick, I didn't even mention this, but for anybody that is wondering, I did get Jack was okay with me displaying the information here. So for anybody that is wondering about that, I did get permission from him. Like he's okay with it. So
which one is this next one?
What's that?
How long is this next one here?
What you see right here.
Oh, that's it? Okay, here we go.
It's like, what, 10, 12 sentences?
All right, so after Russell and Schwarzenegger got attached to the film, everyone knew how the script will have to be rewritten to make it more of a typical Schwarzenegger action film. But the problem with that was they started production with an already planned release date and the script which wasn't finished. They tried to solve this problem by hiring some other writers to come and help with the rewrites on the script. As far as we know so far, there were at least 10 writers who worked on it during filming. Poirier, who wrote the original spec, Russell has also worked on the script while directing the film, and others included Michael S. Chernikin, Wallen Green, Frank Darabont, William Wisher, Christine Rome, John Milius, John Prague, Graham Yost, and in the final film, only Pryor. Chernikin and Green are credited for the story and the screenplay.
Oh. All right, we're just looking to see how long it is.
All right. Now, more about what went wrong with Eraser during filming. To keep it short and basic, despite the fact that the script had some big problems and they needed more time in pre-production to get it ready. So the studio just pushed for filming to start anyway. And this is why this ended up biting them in the ass real soon. And a big reason why so many writers were brought in to help rewrite. But all the issues involving the script changes were just one problem which everyone had to deal with. Russell and producer Arnold Coppelson did not get along, and Schwarzenegger had to make sure that the two of them don't meet while filming was taking place, and he was the one who would meet with each of them separately just to try and keep things under control. It was reported how Coppelson also at one point wanted to fire Russell, but Coppelson later denied this. But then again, he also denied how anything went wrong during production, including delays. So script problems were going over budget, and while everyone else said the complete opposite and talked about how difficult production really was.
Oh, there you
go. At one point, for example, there was going to be a major sequence which would take place at the CIA headquarters, and everyone were ready to shoot the scenes on set in New York. But then studio and producers heard how upcoming Mission Impossible 96 film would also have a major sequence taking place in CIA headquarters. They simply got entire cast and crew back in LA, where they would come up with new sequences which would replace that one. And this is after the film crew
Wow.
spent months preparing the building and sets for it, only to make a last minute call about how they were going to film there anymore, how they weren't. You know, just do it anyway. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, it's Arnold.
You can make it your own.
Hey,
If
Jamie.
hi Jamie, if I have a choice, okay, to see fucking Tom Cruise or Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm going with Arnold.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Cruise.
I mean, and especially this movie still being a big hit. I mean, I know Mission Impossible, I think, made the top 5 of that year, but this still would have been just as good.
Yeah, I'm sick of cruise control.
I mean, you could say, I don't know where that would have fit. Like, would you have to take out the airplane sequence to have that?
I don't know. Which Mission Impossible was it?
The first one.
96.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Remember that fucking helicopter with the fucking blade?
I've only seen a little bit of the first one.
Oh man, that's a cool scene. That's a really cool scene. I don't remember anything really else. I liked 2 and 3 were my favorite. 2 and 3 were the best.
I've only seen parts of 1. I've seen 3. I've seen a little bit of Ghost Protocol, but that's pretty much it.
You never saw 2?
Nope.
Oh, you gotta see 2. You gotta see 2. 2 is like the where Tom Cruise changed his image. Like you could literally see him change his image for the first time. Like not for the first time, but like for that time, that era. Amazing.
Yeah, the Gabba, yeah, sounds like what Super Mario Brothers was going through.
Yeah.
The rewrites and stuff.
Yeah, that was crazy, huh?
Yeah, maybe if Jack is listening, if he goes back and later comments, maybe he can find us some information on that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Like, and that have you seen that Jenko cut? Morton
No, I haven't
Jenko?
seen it.
Pretty good.
I think there's like a big special edition out right now. I think Gabba knows about it, but it's like this big set. I don't know the details. Tom Cruise.
That was pretty cool. Tom Cruise is nuts. Yep.
Yeah, the guy's crazy.
The impossible is possible tonight.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well, maybe we can do that in the future. Like, Gabba says, there's a whole fan site dedicated to the old Mario movie.
Yeah, with the sequel, right? There was a fan. Was it a fan sequel or was it a storyboard sequel? Or no, it was a comic sequel.
I'd like to go into that someday.
I think I had that comic sequel. Like the pages from it.
Yeah.
And I got the Max Landis one. That one's pretty fucking crazy. Max Landis Mario Brothers? Holy fuck. But I can't finish. I'm like halfway through, so I can't finish it because Max Landis,
I think he's been erased.
Yep. He got erased. Okay, so where are we?
Here.
Oh, okay. So this wasn't even the only time this happened. On another occasion, they went to Washington where everything was already set for filming of some scenes which would last for a few days. But then one day later, everyone went back to LA without shooting anything again. There were more times when they had more big sequences written, planned and scheduled for filming, but then had them cut from the script at the last minute. But then there were also times when everyone was all set and ready to film some scenes, only for those not to get shot as well. And this only further increased the budget and schedule. So the film was being rewritten and revised while it was being shot. The whole middle part of the film got completely changed 2 or 3 times during rewrites and filming. This is always a major problem to have on any production, since most films are shot out of sequence, and this meant going back to the original script and rewriting the whole thing again. so that it would make sense with new scenes and plot points, and cutting and reshooting scenes which were already shot.
Mhm.
So, filming was originally supposed to last for 4 months, and with a budget of 70 million, that's a lot for that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, but all those problems ended up causing the film to last for 7 months, and the final budget being ended up being over 100 million. The filming was supposed to finish at the end of January '96, but principal photography ended at the end of March. But then they had to go back for some more reshoots. And if I read correctly, the scene in the restaurant between Kruger and Daguerre, where they talk about their witnesses getting killed, was shot in April, 3 months before the film was ultimately released in June.
Um, I was the first, if I could talk right, the first Mission Impossible. Did it have that budget?
I don't
Let me see.
know. John Voight sucked up that budget.
Probably.
He sucked up that budget like Angelina sucks.
No, believe it or not, the first Mission Impossible film had a budget of 80 million.
Fuck.
This is the script history. The script history of Eraser. So basically, we're talking about like all the development information, the script history of what made the screen, what didn't make the screen. So
I'm just gonna run in and get my phone charger and go to the bathroom, and I'll be right back.
okay,
I'll be right back.
so if anybody wants to ask a question while I wait on that, and feel free. Yeah, I did get your message, Alex, about the Super Mario Brothers website. And we're kind of going pretty fast here, so we might get it done. It just depends. We're almost like halfway through this document. So I'm sure Matt, he's sitting outside on his porch in negative 20-degree weather. I'm still dealing with the damn allergies, so it's like we're chugging along here. Yeah, I love all three of them. I love Eraser. I love End of Days. I love T2. So basically, with this movie, I mean, to me, it's one of my favorites. And it was a movie that a good buddy of ours, Jack, he sent us some information about this movie and how it was made and developed and stuff. And so we're kind of going over that, and it's sort of like a kickoff for this podcast. And I thought, why not, start with Eraser? And there's a lot of information out there that we'll get into, and it's like all kinds of movies. Yeah, the 4K for Super Mario Brothers. What was included in that? Because I think it was like a booklet and a poster and some other like accessories. Are you trying to brush away some of the snow? Yeah. And we're right here.
I'm coming.
Oh, you good? You good?
Sorry about that.
No problem.
How far? How long have you been going?
I was just looking at it, and it looks like we're like halfway through.
God damn.
Because it's all like broken up paragraphs. I'm taking Mucinex. I took one this morning and around 9 o'clock, and I'm just trying to drink a lot of water and stuff.
Yeah, keep hydrated and warm.
Yeah.
Oh. Halfway in 40 minutes. We time traveled, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, give me a second.
No problem.
Oh, to warm up.
Like I said, I'm here if you want to tag me in, but it's up to you.
Yeah, if you want to go for a bit.
Yeah, I could do it. So, all right, bear with me, people. I'm not.
Come on, Alex. Come on, get in here and read.
So, yeah, if anybody wants to jump in and help read some of this, and we can.
Junebug.
Okay, so we're going off right here. It's been said how the final shooting script ended up looking like a rainbow. After all the rewrites that kept going through, what this means, in case if you don't know, when scripts are being rewritten during filming, the new pages are always in different colors and dates.
Oh yeah.
Here's the link, Alex. I just saw it. Let me see. Where was I? Because according to those who were on the set during filming, they went through the full spectrum of colors at least twice due to all the rewrites.
Damn.
Even in post-production, things didn't go any easier. Some people weren't sure about the whole ending of the movie. There were a lot of talks of reshooting and changing it completely just weeks before the film was to be released. But then after positive test screenings, it was decided to keep it as it is. They did, however, change the final scene between Kruger and Lee. Apparently, there was an alternate ending which was only described as romantic, but the test audiences didn't like it. And instead, they preferred the one which ended up in the movie.
We have to make the baby for the sequel.
Yeah. Save the baby for the sequel. What would you call that? Eraser Reborn? Or was that?
Erasing. I call it abortion.
Erasing a baby.
Oh, no. Sorry, that's a bad joke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyways. All right, so that was all about that problem during production of the film. Now some information about each of the writers who worked on the film. I'm including this here just so that this file is not too short. And hey, maybe some of you what you're about to read will also find interesting. So now we're getting into the writers who worked on the movie. Yeah, so Stallone was considered at one point while Man Beyond was asking. Or I think he read the script.
Yeah.
And along with like De Niro and Chuck Norris.
Imagine Chuck Norris.
So the writer here, Tony Puryear, looks like Eraser is still something he's best known for. Even on his official page, he is credited as the first African-American screenwriter to write a $100 million summer blockbuster. Now, Michael Chernikin, he mostly worked on action and crime TV shows like Law and Order, 24. He also worked on some movies over the years. I think he was one of the several writers on an unproduced action thriller titled The Longest Night. which was described as Die Hard in I can't even talk right. I think it would be like Die Hard in Antarctica.
Hmm.
Yeah, it says Die Hard on Antarctica, but it has to be in Antarctica. So we got real quick. We got Alex here. Hey,
Hello.
Hello, sire.
Yeah.
and I'll finish this a little bit here. It was in development between 96 and 99, but I never heard much details about it. Anyways, it's great to have you in here, man.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here as always. And yeah, reading about the script history of Eraser, which I must say is very interesting so far.
So, how do you think we're doing so far on the reading?
Pretty good. I must say I'm not very judgmental on that, even though I do know Matt is busy sometimes.
Yeah.
So if he can't finish it quickly, I guess I could jump in.
Well, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm snowed in. Like can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Are you on your
I've been
porch balcony?
Yeah, my wife's vacuuming and stuff, so it's like I can't go in there.
So she's erasing the floor.
She's erasing
the snow.
Erasing the evidence.
What evidence are we talking about?
Save the baby for the sequel. Oh boy.
So do you do you want me to still keep going, or does Alex want to tag in, or how you guys want to do this? We're right here.
I guess we could all take turns. I don't know.
Okay.
But I guess if Matt needs to do anything right now. So Graham Yost, he's probably most famous for writing a couple of 90s action classics, Speed and Broken Arrow. Yeah. He also wrote some other films like Hard Rain, Mission to Mars, and The Last Castle, and also did some uncredited work on films like Firestorm and Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
Yeah, that movie sucked, I know. Waylon Green, director and screenwriter who has been working on films and television ever since the 60s. He worked on the script for films like Wild Bunch, Sorcerer, RoboCop 2. Okay.
I gotta see Sorcerer still. That's one that everyone tells me to watch. I still haven't seen it.
Yeah. Would also do a lot of uncredited script doctoring and rewriting on films such as War Games and The Island of Dr. Moreau, the 96 version, which that movie is a whole production history of fucking trouble in and of itself. So
Oh yeah, like that documentary there? Holy fuck.
Aren't they putting out a 4K of that?
Yeah, a collector's edition from Scream Factory.
Nice.
It's a New Line film, so no collector's edition for Mortal Kombat 95 or Ninja Turtles 1990, but that's okay. Anyways, a couple of years before he worked on Eraser, he and another screenwriter, Gary Goldman, were working on Crusade, another of Arnold Schwarzenegger's projects, which was still in development at the time, before it was left unproduced due to Carol Co. going bankrupt and their own stupid decision to make Cutthroat Island instead. Yeah.
Cutthroat Island.
Yeah.
I'll read this one. Christine Room. She became well known for writing and selling the spec script titled Dead Reckoning to Warner Brothers in '92 for $1 million. It was an action thriller about an ex-Marine turned lawyer who becomes the target of government assassins after discovering plans for some top secret program. It was described as the female version of The Fugitive, since the main character was originally written as female, but Room was asked to rewrite the script and change the lead into male and add more action sequences. Either Seagal or Stallone were attached to it, and it was going to come out in 1993. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
It would have been produced by Arnold Kopison, who also produced Eraser. You can read more about this in Unmade Film in my file about Seagal's unproduced movies. She also wrote an unproduced sequel of The Bodyguard, which had Kevin Costner's character from the first film protecting Princess Diana.
Oh damn! I guess we know how that went.
He did a shitty job, but due to her death, that sequel's left unmade as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Who
Frank
wants to go?
Darabont. Oh wait,
Who
what?
wants to go next?
Where are we?
You
Wait,
go on. You go
are
on,
we at
John.
Walking Dead?
Yeah, it's talking about the writers. Frank Darabont, screenwriter and director, probably most famous for writing and directing The Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile. He wrote films like The Fly 2, produced movies like Collateral and Law Abiding Citizen, on which he also worked as the script doctor. He did other uncredited writing work on films like The Rocketeer, for which he wrote an early draft script doctoring on Saving Private Ryan and Minority Report, and writing early drafts of Mission Impossible 3 and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and which apparently Spielberg really liked, but George Lucas didn't. He also did some television work, like writing episodes of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles and writing and producing episodes of The Walking Dead.
I didn't know about the part about the Rocketeer. That's very interesting.
I could jump in. So Darabond's unproduced scripts include an adaptation of Robert R. McCammon's novel Mine, which is about a psychotic woman, a former member of a terrorist hippie cult from the 60s, who steals a newborn baby from another woman and goes on a run across the country since in her sick mind she believes how the leader of the cult, who is also her lover, is still alive and waiting for her. She stole the child since she lost her own after getting shot while pregnant during a shootout with the FBI when the entire cult was wiped out years earlier. While police is trying to track her down, a retired FBI agent who had a hand in destroying her cult is also after her, since he was waiting for years for her to. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I can't. Wait a second. My bad. I was trying to scroll down and ended up. Wait. Okay, we're right here.
Okay, who during the whole hellish cross-country chase slowly starts to become just as vicious and dangerous as she is. Out of desperation to find her child, I remember reading Darabond's script for this one, and it was very well written action thriller with elements of horror and some fun sequences, including several car chases and shootouts. It was in development in the 2000s, but was left unmade. Interestingly, there was even early attempt to make a film between 93 and 94, and this version was going to be directed by Mary Lambert, famous for directing both Pet Sematary films, and was written by Robert Ruskinoff, writer and director of underrated action horror The Fist of Power, the first Power in 1990.
I guess
So,
I could.
in 1989, Darabont worked on the script for Commando 2, along with writer of the first film, Stephen E. D'Souza. I'm sure I don't have to go into any details about this one, so I'll just remind you to check out the full synopsis and file about the script I sent you last year. And we did that. I actually found that in those green room sessions I was talking to you about before. I found that whole episode.
I guess I'll do this one next. Okay.
Okay. Real quick, does anybody have like a comment or a question about so far? Or
No, I'm good.
Okay. I guess it's just okay.
Okay. Chuck Russell, since he is also a writer, Russell did some work on the script for Eraser while he was directing it, and he was the one who brought in Darabont to work on it too, since they're friends and have worked together in the past. For example, rewriting Wes Craven's original script for A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, and writing The Blob 1988, both of which Russell directed. In 94, they also rewrote Jonathan Henslay's script for the remake of Captain Blood, which I think Russell was attached to direct after John McTiernan left the project in 93 over creative differences. And Alec Baldwin was in talks to star in it when McTiernan was involved, despite spending years in development hell all the way until the 2010s. This remake was never made. They also wrote a script for the adaptation of Doc Savage, which was left unproduced. Russell also wrote and directed films like The Mask, Bless the Child, and The Scorpion King. He was attached to remake Piranha in 2005, and he did some work on the script for it, but he ended up not doing it.
That would have been interesting to see.
Yeah, Chuck Russell doing Piranha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see how long this one here. Oh,
This is
actually, we're getting near the end. That's a good thing.
yeah.
Okay, since this guy's first name is John, I'll take this one.
Yeah,
John Pogue, a screenwriter who worked a lot as script doctor as well. He worked on scripts for U.S. Marshals, which came out in '98, The Skulls, The Fast and the Furious, Rollerball, and Ghost Ship. Just to mention, apparently most of what Pogue added to Eraser wasn't used for some reason. At the time, while he was working on Eraser, Pogue was also writing the scripts for several other projects which weren't made. This included The Fugitive 2, which had Harrison Ford's character Richard Kimball as the main lead, but Ford was not interested in it. And he ended up writing a different version of the sequel, U.S. Marshals, he was also writing the remake of Walter Hill's cult car chase film, The Driver, along with Luc Besson, who was going to direct the movie after he did The Fifth Element. It never happened.
You know, I still haven't seen The Fifth Element.
You haven't seen The Fifth Element?
Like, I've seen parts of it, but I've never watched it the whole way through.
You never saw The Fifth Element, Matt.
I can't even tell you one part except for the cool cigarettes. That's the only part I remember.
And he was also, I'm right here. Wait. He was also working on an action thriller titled Man with the Football, which was based on his spec script, which Morgan Creek Productions bought for $250,000. And they were in discussions with Stallone about playing the lead role, in which that movie was about a U.S. military weapons expert who has to stop a mad scientist who steals a suitcase known as the football.
The scientist has to be played by Christopher Lloyd. Think of it. Think of it. Stallone versus Lloyd. But make Lloyd like really serious and just intimidatingly crazy.
Rambo versus Doc Brown.
Oh man, that would sell.
Yeah.
It could still happen. It could still happen, guys. Come on.
Even Jamie.
And it goes more into that real quick. That travels everywhere with the president of the United States and contains the codes that enable him to launch a nuclear strike. And the scientist wants to use these to launch a nuclear strike on Washington and show the entire world the horrors of nuclear war. Can we still get this movie?
Yeah, I want to see this movie.
The film was also never made. And even though there was another attempt to make it around the mid-2000s with Jason Statham and Paul W.S. Anderson as the director.
Of course, around that time.
Maybe call it. Yeah.
What are you saying?
Maybe call it rugby.
Rugby.
Now I was getting ready to ask you, Matt, being a big fan of Stallone, and I know you've heard your share of unmade Stallone projects. Have you ever heard of this before?
This is brand new. This is 1.21 gigawatts. I've never heard about this before.
I guess I'll go next.
This is an exclusive Jack Craven moment.
I'm still wondering, and Matt's got me thinking about the scientist character. I mean, you say Christopher Lloyd, but
oh, come on, yeah, he could do it.
Why not Christopher Walken?
Oh, imagine that. Imagine that.
Okay.
This ball, is it just a ball?
Anyways.
Walkenheimer.
Yeah,
Walkenheimer.
Anyway,
I'm down. Imagine like a Walkenheimer, Lloyd, evil tag team. That'd be amazing.
Oh yeah,
William Wisher. I think we've talked about him before, but he worked a lot with James Cameron, such as co-writing the novelization of The Terminator and the screenplay for T2 Judgment Day. He co-wrote some other films like Judge Dredd, the 95 version with Stallone. Shout out to Matt here again, and The 13th Warrior, and Dominion, the prequel to The Exorcist in 2005, which is Paul Schrader's original version of the fourth Exorcist film before that whole film was shelved and reshot into Exorcist the Beginning. directed by Rennie Harlan. Wisher also worked as script doctor on many films, including Pumpkinhead, Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Broken Arrow, Mercury Rising, Live Free or Die Hard. And he was also one of the writers on Superman Lives when that project was going through development hell back in the late 90s. His other unmade scripts include Pilgrim, which in the mid-2000s is about a former CIA agent who hears his mentor is dead, so he goes on one last mission to avenge his death.
See how long
I guess
this is.
that's a long-ass one. Maybe I could try. I don't know. Okay. Wisher was also one of the first writers to write a script for Rainbow Six, an adaptation of the novel by Tom Clancy about a counter-terrorist organization who is trying to stop a terrorist group from creating an apocalyptic event which would kill most of the population on the planet. The film was in development ever since the early 2000s, but last year it got reported how Chad Stahelski will be directing the film adaptation of the novel, which might finally get made. Another unproduced 90s project on which Wisher worked on as a writer was Combat, a World War II action film which was going to star Bruce Willis, directed by Walter Hill, right after they made Last Man Standing. Willis would play an army sergeant who after barely surviving a battle at the Omaha beach, has to lead his group of soldiers to some French town and secure it. And after they barely survive everything they run into on the way into it, they must help the local French resistance to defend the town against Nazi soldiers who are coming to attack it. My guess is that this one wasn't made since Saving Private Ryan was already in development too, and was going to be made and released sooner than this film. Funny enough, at one point in the early 90s, Willis was in talks as a possible replacement for Schwarzenegger in case he didn't star in Sergeant Rock, yet another World War II action film which wasn't made.
Wow.
I think, isn't Sergeant Rock the comic book movie that was not made?
Don't we have that one? We did that one too, but we had that. We did it on the last one, didn't we?
I think.
I have to go back and look.
Okay, so John Milius, legendary director and screenwriter. His list of credits would be too long to include here, but his famous works include writing films like Jeremiah Johnson, 72, Magnum Force, 73, Apocalypse Now, 78, Extreme Prejudice, 87, writing and directing films like Dillinger, 73, The Wind and the Lion, 75, Big Wednesday, 78, Conan the Barbarian, 82, Red Dawn, 84. He did a lot of uncredited writing and other work on a lot of other films too, like Dirty Harry, 71, Jaws, 75, Uncommon Valor, 83, Lone Wolf fucking McQuaid, 1983.
Yeah.
McQuaid! Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, 84, The Hunt for Red October, 90, Universal Soldier, 92, Clear and Present Danger, 94, Saving Private Ryan, 98, Behind Enemy Line, 2001. No, Milius wasn't really a big fan of Erasure, but he did work on it since he and Schwarzenegger had been such good friends for years. So Milius also wrote many unproduced scripts over the years, and I'll mention some of these here. In 1986, he wrote an unproduced version of Fatal Beauty 87, which he was going to direct. And when Cher was going to star in the film, that could have been cool. But the final film was written by a couple other writers and directed by Tom Holland, starring Whoopi Goldberg and Sam Elliott. In the early 90s, Milius was going to write and direct a film about Alexander the Great, which was going to star Jean-Claude Van Damme.
What?
Which didn't happen due to miniseries of a similar story. Imagine that.
Oh, God. What is Alexander the Great going to roundhouse kick a lion? Is that what's going to happen? Or a tiger?
The helicopter kick. Yeah.
He's going to roundhouse kick like a war elephant. Like a wow.
Come on.
Can you imagine that? Like, that would have happened, what would have done for Van Damme?
Oh, yeah. Big surprise.
That's almost like if that's very much like if you took Hamlet starring Arnold and made it into a full movie.
Pretty much.
Someone's got to do another movie like that, like Stay Tuned,
Yeah.
or like UHF.
Yeah, Stay Tuned.
Like, Yeah.
Sorry if we paused it because the thought of Van Damme as Alexander the Great is just too hilarious and epic to handle.
Yeah, Jack, what's the story with that? I mean, someone asked if Van Damme appears again at one of these conventions, like ask him in a panel.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No one ever called me.
Yeah, next
I
question.
will not lose this fight.
Continue, Matt. Or who was it?
Okay, so which happened due to a miniseries with a similar story in 92 or 93. He wrote one of several rejected versions of Die Hard 3, and the script was one which took place in the jungle. Didn't that become Tears of the Sun?
I think so.
Yeah. In 93, he wrote his version of Sergeant Rock, an adaptation of original comics, which was going to star Schwarzenegger and was going to be directed by either Paul Verhoeven or Rennie Harlan. In 93, co-wrote The Northman, which is about an English monk who gets captured by a band of Vikings and then becomes one of them. Milius also was going to direct this one after original director Andrea Konakovsky left, and Mel Gibson was going to star in the film. In 95, Milius and Seagal wrote Secret Smile, based on a story by Seagal. With that title, doesn't surprise me. Which was one about special agent who is tracking down criminal genius and has to take smart drugs to help him. And it was one of many Seagal's films which were in development in the 90s, but were canceled after Seagal ended his relationship with Warner Brothers due to personal reasons.
Smart drugs to help him.
Smart. Secret Smile. Now it would be Secret Buffet or some shit like that.
Yeah. Secret wing. Secret chicken wing.
Secret sauce.
Secret buffalo sauce. Secret sauce.
Secret dinner. Yeah.
Dancing with the chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, so Milius almost directed 2 more films in the mid to late 90s. Texas Rangers, based on true events detailed in the book Taming the Nueces Strip, the story of McNeely's Ranger by George Durham, and Without Remorse, based on a novel by Tom Clancy, ex-Navy SEAL who goes on a revenge against drug dealers who killed his girlfriend. Milius wrote the scripts for both films. Tommy Lee Jones was going to star in Texas Rangers. Keanu Reeves or Gary Sinise was going to star in Without Remorse. But after Save Away Pictures, who were going to produce both films, went bankrupt, both of those were left unmade until years later. Unfortunately, Weinstein's got their dirty little hands on Texas Rangers and ruined Milius' original script and turned it into a best average Western made in 1999. Yeah. But not released until 2001. It's starring a bunch of teen idols who were popular at the time. Without Remorse stayed in development hell until it was eventually made in 2021, starring Michael B. Jordan. Oh, that's true. But the story was drastically changed compared to the novel. Personally, Milius' original scripts for both of these were amazing, and I really wish he had managed to make both films in the 90s.
Huh. And this is the last paragraph here.
It's the last one?
It's the last one.
Last one, yeah.
So Milius, I'll try to do this with enthusiasm. Milius wrote the 3rd Conan film in the early 2000s titled King Conan Crown of Iron.
Wow.
Which I think is one of the best scripts, but sadly it went to nowhere. In mid-2000s, he co-wrote Jornada del Muerto, a Journey of Death, with another screenwriter, Alan B. McElroy, who is going to be a modern-day Western action thriller about ex-Marine and Hells Angels biker who goes on a revenge trip across New Mexico and across the borderline, hunting down the biker gang who killed his friend and kidnapped his friend's girlfriend. But this film was also never made, and unfortunately, ever since 2010 or so, Milius was more or less in retirement, mostly due to stroke he had, which for some time left him unable to speak and move until he recovered, and also because due to his political views and him being infamous for his rebellious and anti-Hollywood attitude, which left him blacklisted in movie business. You're okay in my book, friend.
And this
Just
is
keep
why,
doing what you're doing.
and this is why none of us are ever going to be in the movie business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's well put.
We just
Yeah.
gotta make our own movie business.
Oh, and by the way, Alan B. McElroy, that's the guy who wrote Spawn. He wrote Halloween 4, Rapid Fire with Brandon Lee.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But that's, I mean, I didn't think we were going to get, like, I'm like, man, this is a lot of information here. There's no way we're going to get this done in one sitting, but we did.
Yeah.
An hour, 70 minutes.
We managed to get it through, and I really hate to stroke my own ego, but I think I helped move the process faster by joining in.
Godspeed.
Actually, yeah,
Yep.
you did, because
Yep. He
like,
gave us a boost.
Yeah.
I think between us three tag teaming, this information here.
Man, if we did this all the time, imagine if we had like 10 people doing this. We
Yeah.
could wipe out those 100 pages.
I don't know about 10 people, but definitely a good amount,
Yeah.
And there's more, like, like Jack has sent a bunch of stuff that, I mean, to look at.
And a lot of those are cool because they're like 100 pages, but most of them, I would say, like 80% of them are like one paragraph. We can knock out like 20 in one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there you have it.
Wow. Such an interesting production history, the fact that it was being rewritten even during filming,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say like half of that was development information. The other half was like writers' information.
Writers' information, yeah. And
like backstory in the writers.
Yeah, it's also a little bittersweet, but sweet in the fact that they made a decent, an entertaining movie, but also bitter because of the troubles it endured.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, I know you were in there for the first half of it in the chat, but what you thought about the original ideas about the subplot where Arnold and Vanessa Williams, they have a kid?
That would have been very interesting, I think, but they didn't need to go the love relationship route, but that would have been fine if done right,
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a long time since I've seen Eraser. Did they even have a love relationship in that film?
I don't remember anything. I think I remember like 3 things from that whole movie.
Right.
Do we have any more notes? Is there any more notes?
I mean, that's it as far as Eraser goes.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'll do it. I'll do more notes if you guys want to do more notes.
Okay.
Well, we'll make this like installment 1 because
okay.
And if I find like something else that if you guys want to do, I'll forward a bunch of information your way and Alex's way if he ever wants to participate.
Yeah, I definitely would like to participate in some of these, like learning about these scripts that never got made. Mm-hmm. Earlier in the chat, I asked if Jack Craven knows anything about Mortal Kombat Devastation or the 2021 reboot. If he knows anything about that. I do know that in one of the, I think VK.com, that Russian site, someone actually uploaded a previous script for the 2021 film.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So Jack, I know Jack's going to go back later and watch. He'll probably comment.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
This one was good. This was like no shucking, no jiving, just business.
Just business. Yeah, we did not play with our food at all.
Yeah. This time you all will see the real Apollo Creed.
Well, here's the question, and then like I guess we can hang around a little bit.
Cool.
I know we talked about the how Super Mario Brothers endured a similar trouble during production.
Mm-hmm.
Like with the way I know Matt hasn't seen Eraser in a while, but the way that the film ended,
Mm-hmm.
like it almost seems like there could have been a second one. Considering
I remember that James Caan got the train tracks, right?
Yeah, you just been erased.
Yeah. Could they have made a second one?
Yeah.
Being
but then again, it was a pretty big hit, at least worldwide,
Mm-hmm.
But Commando didn't even get a sequel. So.
Yeah. You know what? I've been thinking about the Running Man a lot lately.
Running Man, yeah.
And I'm thinking about this Mac Bolan thing. A lot of people told me that the Mac Bolan Return to Vietnam inspired Rambo 2.
Mm-hmm.
The estate kind of skeptical about it, but the posters I see for the Cobra sequel and both the Mac Bolan, the other movie they wanted to do with Cynthia Rothrock are the same.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean Assault on Soho is the sequel to Cobra?
I don't know.
I can't say.
I think I'm gonna read it finally and try to read it from a Cobra perspective.
Yeah, and I know Matt is pretty close with Cynthia Rothrock from what I remember.
I asked her about that. She said she got paid for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. But if anybody wants to ask questions in the chat, we're just kind of hanging around, so feel free.
Hey, Matt, have you ever asked Cynthia Rothrock about being the inspiration for Sonya Blade in the first Mortal Kombat game?
No, but I should ask her. I want,
Right.
I'm gonna reach out to her again because now it's gonna bug me. I'm gonna ask her that, and it's gonna bug me that I wonder if like anybody ever said on that set anything related to a Cobra sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Because the poster is the fucking Cobra poster.
Yeah. Now just looking at see what we can do in the future.
And I did send John the link to the website. Matt, did you get it? No, you didn't get the link, but you know which site I'm talking about, right?
Recomic?
No, I mean for the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, smbmovie.com.
Yeah. They have the comic for the sequel too, right? I'm pretty sure.
I believe so. Let me look it up.
Or I know they had it at one time.
I don't know
Or they might
about
have just pages now.
Yeah, I don't know about the sequel, but but they definitely have a lot of info like on the pre-production, the scripts, the everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
go on.
Yeah, just looking at some of the emails, like if we ever go over some, like in the future, like a future installment. I mean, the I Am Legend, that was
I Am Legend with
made
Arnold.
in the 90s.
With Arnold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I watched me and Lucky watched Last Man on Earth a couple of weeks ago.
The Charlton Heston version?
No, the Vincent Price.
Vincent Price. Nah, Charlton Heston is Omega Man.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But I was just as blown away watching it this time.
Oh, the Omega Man?
The first time. No,
Last Man on Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. I still haven't
seen I Am Legend.
Yeah, it's based on that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It's fucking amazing. Especially the second time you watch it, when you like pay attention to all, because like it's just, it's all props and shit,
The sad part. Huh?
I was gonna say, speaking of Sly, I know Matt was just talking about him. One email here that I have talks about the Stallone's version of Beverly Hills Cop
before it became Cobra.
Yeah, and it's very there's a lot of plot information here.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know about that one. I gotta kind of read. I've been trying to read it for a week now, and like, when you go to read something and it has to be perfect.
I get that feeling sometimes. Yeah.
Like the mood has to be perfect. Everything has to be just
definitely.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But literally, I started to read it like 20 times.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this one's like, it looks shorter than the file that we went over, but it's a lot of there's some heavy paragraphs here. So maybe I'll send that to both of y'all.
All right.
Maybe that could be like
we could save it for an upcoming one.
Yeah.
Wait, was this ever mentioned here that we went over?
Which one?
Dean Koontz, The Bad Place.
The Bad Place.
Oh, I don't think so.
Where's
No,
Jack
I don't
at?
think so.
You didn't mention that to us, Jack.
Man, where was
Did
that
you?
information?
Oh,
Unless Jack knows something about that.
yeah.
Alex, are you an insider?
Who, me?
Oh no, Alex, movie collector.
Hey, I saw that show you did with Direct to Screenwriter was awesome, man.
Yeah, that was a good conversation. I mean, I wish I was a bit more. I lived
That
at
was
one
perfect.
one. Yeah, I was like, I was still kind of under the weather a little bit.
Yeah.
I love how like he talks about all the innards, you know, like at Lifetime and stuff. Because like I watched a couple of those Lifetime movies, and some of them, like Eric Roberts ones. Eric Roberts, fucking amazing. That Stalked by My Doctor 1 and 2. Have you seen that? That's fucking great.
I haven't seen
He,
those.
yeah, he's so like, you know, Eric Roberts. He's so cool because like he doesn't cost a lot of money, but he could play anything. He could play
Yeah, he's
fucking
a
anything.
great actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of questions that are coming in, so I don't know if you guys want to. What do you guys want to do?
I'm good.
Let's keep hanging around, you know, just
Yeah, we
you
could
know.
do it. Yeah.
You hang around for another maybe like 30, 40 minutes or something.
Sounds good. I'm gonna watch this tonight on Oculus, man. This is gonna be insane. Oh fuck.
I already finished this, but you know,
I can go back to my soda now because I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
reading.
yeah. This is Mountain Dew Baja Blast, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, the only fucking thing that I'll ever get that is from Taco Bell, by the way. I got this from the supermarket, the Food Lion. So
Man, maybe for people that go back and listen to this, like if there's something unmade that you want us to talk about and discuss for the next one, let us know.
I got a couple that I'd like to throw your way.
we're like
From the
echoing on
old
Matt's end.
ones. Like the old ones?
We
like
were
from,
echoing
like-
on Matt's end.
Oh sorry. Back from like 2017?
Yeah,
Like the Screaming Steel James Cameron and shit like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Am I still echoing?
no, you're good. Scarecrows?
I was gonna say what?
I didn't see that one.
I was gonna mention something, but I had it at the tip of my tongue. Oh, James Cameron about his fucking how he uses AI to fucking tarnish his movies in home media now.
He did it with True Lies.
He did it with True Lies. He did it, you know, Aliens as well.
I'm not picking those up, that's for sure.
Nah.
What about this
And
new
I-
Alien?
Oh, Romulus.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the teaser yet.
I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Yucky top.
All right. So, did you see the trailer? Is that what you?
For which one?
Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Fede Alvarez. So I'll
Mhm.
give it a shot.
Fair
I'll give it a
enough.
shot.
Yeah.
I don't really feel anything about it, you know? Like I don't really feel good or bad about it.
Just indifferent.
Yeah, just kind of like, oh, I
Yeah.
guess I'll watch it. Can't be worse than Covenant.
Covenant or Resurrection.
Yeah, I like Resurrection, but Covenant.
Okay. Or at the very least, Alien 3.
I've read a sequel to Resurrection
Oh, really?
with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was Terminator, Aliens, and Predator.
Oh, damn. The triple crossover, the triple threat. Wow.
Yeah. So Ripley was in it. Winona Ryder was in it.
Okay, John is getting back in, and tell him about this, Matt.
Yeah, a sequel to Alien Resurrection with it had Sigourney came back. She was like living on she was like living in a garbage heap kind of thing on a planet. I forget where it was. And then Winona Ryder comes back and gets her, and then they have to go off on this mission. But there's these alien. There's like the kind of like in the first one how they were doing the experiments on aliens.
Yeah.
One of the doctors turns out to be Arnold, and he's a Terminator, and he activates another Terminator, which is kind of like him. I
Do
guess
they
half.
mention anything? Do they
Well,
mention anything about Skynet?
I think so, yeah. And then man, it's so long ago. Right? I'm pretty sure, yeah. And then like he was a Terminator alien hybrid.
Huh.
Yeah, and then he fought then like the Predator shows up, and
That sounds
it's
like
pretty
it was
cool.
That sounds like it was a Dark Horse comic or something like that.
It was actually the last review I wrote. I wonder where the fuck that is. It was back, yeah, 2017, 2016?
Was that story one of the Dark Horse comics?
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a comic book. There's like a 3 or 4 issue comic book.
Huh.
Yeah.
I haven't read those.
Yeah, I think Matt and Jack Craven should do a conversation about lost movie scripts.
Yeah, we can't get Jack in here. We've tried.
We tried, but he's like you said, man. He's such a mystery. He's an enigma.
If he wants to do a Q&A, like he could just write his answers. I'll read them.
Yeah.
We could all throw him some questions and then see what he has to say.
Be his translator.
Yeah.
But one thing I didn't mention, Alex knows about this, but next Friday night we're going to be doing the commentary for the first Ninja Turtles movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
So far, it's just me and him. Scotty might join.
Scotty might join. We need like a 4th member.
Yeah.
I'll jump in for that.
Great.
It's been a while since I joined the Turtle Club.
Yeah. I guess Matt Thomas is our Mikey. I don't know.
I'll take it.
We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what people are gonna say, especially Jack after this is up. And
yeah.
If there's anything that we need to tweak on and work on as far as this goes, presentation, let us know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll be great to get some feedback from him because he did send the file to you, so he probably could not have missed any detail that was in his mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
he also does he'll do revised ones where say if he's over 6 months he sent us 10 different versions of the same thing. He'll do a revised one where it's fucking 30 pages, one shot. Like Resident Evil, remember that? Stallone's Resident Evil, it was fucking huge.
But what basically the way he sent the information is basically I just copy and paste it to WordPad. So everything that he's typed up and sent is presented as is.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So if anybody out there wonders about that, I mean it's basically Jack's word.
Yeah, and you mentioned Resident Evil. Of course, there's the documentary on George A. Romero's Unmade.
Is that out yet?
I don't think it is. I think it's supposed to be coming out later this year. I don't.
Damn.
Because
I remember we were going to do that one for Halloween, and I forget what happened. We didn't do it for Halloween, but I remember we were talking about it.
Yeah, because the trailer has been out for quite a while, and I'm very interested in it.
Yeah. Well, when you read the notes for it, it's just fucking.
And by the way, the writer and director of the documentary, he was also one of the first people to get a hold of the leaked script for Mortal Kombat 2021.
Nice.
And he also told us about the details of the script. That's how I found out about how there were certain aspects that were changed from the movie. Originally, instead of this shitty dragon birthmarks, it was dragon medallions.
Yeah.
And also
wasn't
in the original
Katana different or something? One of the girls was changed. Yeah, Melina.
Nah.
There
In
was
the
another
original
character, I
script,
think, in it.
uh, Matt, you know how Cole is the descendant of Scorpion?
Yeah.
In the original script, Cole was going to become Scorpion.
Oh. Hmm.
Probably would have made that a little bit better,
Yeah,
digestible.
Yeah.
better than giving him the shitty plot armor.
Yeah.
They need a
Yeah.
fucking new Double Dragon movie.
Double Dragon. Yeah, I agree.
They need a fucking Double Dragon movie.
Maybe an anime Double Dragon movie like what they did with Street Fighter.
Watch. As soon as you said that, Jack is going to send us 53 pages of information on Double Dragon.
Oh man.
Or maybe
I would so take it. I would
Kombat.
so take it.
Maybe Mortal Kombat, because that would, because
Yeah.
I'm very curious because they've been going around saying that there was a script for the third movie.
I want more Street Fighter because apparently there were dark versions of Street Fighter.
Yeah.
That were just totally cleaned up.
By the way, Matt, you know that Legendary Pictures is developing a reboot of Street Fighter.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Van Damme gotta come back. Imagine if they brought back everybody from Street Fighter but did a serious movie. Damn. Get Mike Tyson to be a Balrog.
It would be nice to see Ming-Na Wen come back as Chun-Li. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm holding out for Alexander the Great with Van Damme. That's what I'm doing.
Alexander the Great. Yeah.
I like big ass.
We mentioned Street Fighter. I also said this in the Mortal Kombat 2021 commentary. I legit hope they stick to their guns, that they actually embrace the game. I hope they don't make the same mistake that Mortal Kombat 2021 made, where they feel the need to make a brand new character who wasn't in any of the games and have him be the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, because the character, you have so many great characters in the game, like Ryu, Guile, Chun-Li, Ken,
You know what I want to see too is I want to see the fighting style based on the fight mechanics from the game.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Actually, you might be in luck, Matt, because there was that web series Street Fighter Assassin's Fist.
Mm-hmm.
The fight choreography is that is pretty close to the moves from the game.
Damn, that'd be so cool.
And ironically, it is. I would go as far as to say it actually was better than the Mortal Kombat Legacy series.
Imagine every fight's like a minute, right? Every fight's like a minute, but you imagine how many fights you could throw in there.
Yeah. Just make it the tournament then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't played a lot of Street Fighter. I would say back in the day, I played a little bit more of Mortal Kombat and Tekken than I did Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat and Tekken.
Yeah.
How many rounds are in the Mortal Kombat in Street Fighter?
It's the typical best 2 out of 3 rounds.
No, but I mean, how many challengers are there in the first in Street Fighter 2 in the first version?
In the first game in Street Fighter 2, initially you had to fight everyone and the 4 bosses.
Okay, so.
And that's 8 characters in the.
Yeah, they could easily do 8 fights.
Or
8 good fights.
8 maybe.
Yeah.
They'll save that for the second movie, like Mortal Kombat.
Oh God!
You know what? I'm sick of this fucking trend where they do just the opening, just the overture. There's
the prologue.
I'm done with that shit. We've been doing that since 1999. Fuck.
Oh, Twisted Metal series did that. It's the first episodes were we're following the 2 main characters. Very little destruction, and we save the tournament for the end.
You see, that worked for the Street Fighter series because you're trying to set up the characters, explore the origins, and it was a series,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was fewer characters, by the way. It was just Ryu and Ken.
But even Sweet Tooth got barely anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But imagine if they took every character and they did a solid minute, but a solid a Chris Nolan minute, where it's so much information can be passed on in 1 minute. I just did arcs for every character like that, and just have it like implode into like the fighting.
They should have done that with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it that they always choose to go that direction where it's like,
Which one?
you know, they kind
Which
of
direction?
they go away from the core of, let's say, Mortal Kombat, you know,
Yeah.
Twisted Metal. You know, people want to see the destruction. People want to see.
They want to see the tournament.
Yeah, the backstory, a little backstory is fine, but it seems like that gets more emphasis.
Yeah.
I guess I'm guessing it's because they want to copy that formula that Marvel had. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they
You know what
want
we need? We need back to movies that would like throw you in the first 10 minutes and you're just going for a ride right to the end.
That's more or less what the 90s, the 95 Mortal Kombat movie did. You
Yeah.
know. It still established the characters, but it still led to the whole the end, the conflict, the tournament. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what the Twisted Metal. I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
The first 10 episodes, it's like we're just plodding along here. You'll see Sweet Tooth here and there, but you barely get him in there.
Yeah, and you know, really, the thing should work as its own standalone thing rather than trying to be a trailer for a better sequel. You know.
Yeah, like the 2021 Mortal Kombat.
I'm done with series because like they just give you a little bit, and stretch it out over 45 minutes. Imagine how much money they would save if they just did 2 hours, but did it really good.
Yeah, like a 2 hour Mortal Kombat, like a 2 or 3 hour Mortal Kombat movie. That would be really good.
Yeah,
actually,
like where every second of the movie counted.
Yeah,
you know.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So who's still out there in the chat? There's like 3 people watching.
Hello, all 3 people.
Hello, the Eraser trilogy.
I mean, we're basically done. We're just kind of like.
I can't believe we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought for sure we were going to like do half of it and come back later for a part 2, but
you thought you would still be reading the script by now.
Yeah, we did it 2 hours and 50 minutes faster than I thought.
Because I thought like we're going to read some of it and then like chime in with our 2 cents and then like read some, chime in, read some, chime in.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I figured what was going to happen.
Yeah.
This would be great for live nights, you know.
Yeah.
Like a campfire type of thing.
Well, we got fire here in the background.
Oh, definitely. An explosion.
Yeah, it's Eraser.
Yeah.
And Arnold's behind there. You just can't see him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Peekaboo.
Yeah.
Peekaboo, I see you.
Oh, man.
Get down.
Now I want to go back and rewatch the movie again.
Yeah.
You know what I got? I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm so happy I found it because I've always wanted to watch it and I've never been able to watch it. Excalibur.
Oh, from 1981? Is that?
Yeah.
What's that guy's name that's in that? Nigel Hawthorne?
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name?
I don't know.
Wait.
Is that Cocteau?
Excalibur.
Was that Cocteau? Nigel Hawthorne?
Liam Neeson's in it. Nigel Terry. He's the one I'm thinking about.
Nigel Terry. Yeah, Nigel Terry. Patrick Stewart's in it as well.
Yeah.
Nicole Williamson, that's the guy who played Cagliostro in Spawn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Never seen it, but I do have it.
Yeah.
I started watching it the other day and I was so surprised with the color. I was like, wow. The lighting effects in this movie are amazing.
Was this Oculus or was this like 4K or what?
Just something I downloaded off of archive.org. I cast it to my TV and watched it on my TV. Yeah.
It might have been a 4K Blu-ray rip. I don't know.
Yeah. But I can't wait to watch the rest of it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess because we're on now, and a couple of weeks ago we ranted on the first few images of the Crow remake, and since then the trailer has dropped. I guess now would be a good time to talk about that shitty fucking trailer.
I saw it once, and I'm like, of course, this is exactly what I expected. Just very generic and bland.
Generic and bland. You know, it has no style, no atmosphere to it, like the Brandon Lee version did.
I don't care for Bill Skarsgård.
This is supposed to be a remake, right? But I did not see anything in there, you know, apart from the names of Eric and Shelley that I even recognized.
Yeah, and I get trying to. Fair enough, Jamie.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. But you know,
what did you like about the trailer, Jamie? I'm curious. I mean, if you want to share, that's fine.
The only remotely interesting thing was probably the bits of action at the lobby where he gets shot and pulls the sword out of him. That's it, you know.
Or when he blows off that guy's face.
Nah.
Yeah, I have to watch it again. I saw it once.
I just can't get it. It doesn't feel right.
I did not like it either, you know.
Like the original Crow is based off of Iggy Pop, right? So
yeah. Iggy Pop, and this one is trying to go for more Post Malone, the fucking SoundCloud rapper shit.
Why didn't they use Iggy Pop as a crow in the sequel instead of a bad guy?
Yeah.
I forgot he was in City of Angels.
City of Angels. Yeah.
That fucking whole song.
Vincent Perez.
You know, we talk shit about Mortal Kombat 2021. I think that movie's gonna be a masterpiece compared to this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, that would be more watchable.
Yeah, that would be more watchable. You have better effects. At least some of us wanted a new Mortal Kombat movie. None of us wanted a new Crow.
I think this might be the first Crow movie I'm not gonna watch.
Yeah, no review. I refuse. Yeah.
Yeah. I even like Crow 3. I don't
know if Jack. I know this question. Jack, he might have some information about that. I don't know.
I think we have Craven Crow.
Craven on the Crow. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have Craven Crow somewhere.
Oh no, like I was talking about this movie that Ollie's asking about.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Equilibrium.
Oh yeah. That was an awesome movie.
You know what? I did thought about, and I know we're probably a month or I think it's May. But I do want to do like a commentary for the 30th anniversary of The Crow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Is it May, right?
May. Yeah.
May, yeah.
And the movie's getting a 4K in May.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. We just need a documentary on Brandon Lee.
Yeah.
You did that. You tried that before though.
You gotta just do a little bit here, a little bit there, and in like a couple of years we'll be done.
Well, you thinking of getting more people this time around?
I don't know. I mean, I did what I could with that. I mean, it's a glorified fan discussion, but I mean,
discussion. Yeah.
I watched it again like not too long ago, and like, you know, I'm like, this is very good.
Yeah.
I actually have a bunch of stuff for that for you.
Not expecting a carbon copy. Right.
I have Stephen Chang talking about growing up with Bruce Lee and Brandon and Linda and
that's fair enough, Jamie. You know, to us this trailer did nothing. You know, it was just the generic, you know.
You know, I was expecting Sin City, but like made to look like James O'Barr. That's what I was expecting when they said remake.
That would have been much better, you know.
Actually, probably would benefit from black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was the original idea for the original. I mean, right?
Yes, they wanted to do black and white and the flashbacks in color.
Mm.
Oh.
The book is so fucking good. Like that's a book. Like you can't beat that fucking book. Like
yeah, you told us about it. You told us about it the night we talked about the images.
Yeah, that's like wow. Every fucking speck of ink in that book is real pain.
Yeah.
Like real sorrow.
Yeah.
I'm toying with it because I think Wilmington's like what 3 hours from here. I think about toying with
somewhere around there, you know.
Taking a trip back down there and visiting some of the sets and locations.
You should.
Yeah.
You should film a lot of that and come back, remix it.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've been to Wilmington as well, you know.
Yeah. But so maybe we'll go on for like another 20 minutes or something. Oh my gosh, really? Jack.
You came in late, man.
Dude, we've already talked about it. But yeah, Jack, we spent about a good like hour and some change. We went over
Everything.
everything, the whole file
Yeah.
on the Gracer.
Yeah.
Alex joined in halfway and we knocked it out.
Yeah. It was a sign. When I saw today that they found Jesus, I was like, it's a sign that the Craven Files are gonna go good. And we came in 2 hours and 15 minutes ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
How you doing, Jack?
Interesting.
All right, so now Jack is here. You got to ask him about, Mortal Kombat and
Jack Craven, do you know anything about the Mortal Kombat reboot or previous scripts for like the third Mortal Kombat movie, like Mortal Kombat Devastation? Because I did hear from like the cast and crew that there was a script floating around at some point, but I don't know, if you can confirm that or not.
yeah, maybe for like a second episode of this, the Craven Files, we can do like a mix of information.
Yeah. Because I know they were planning to do a third film. They were planning to get most of the original cast back. This was in the 2000s, by the way. That Robin Shue was going to come back, Lyndon Ashby was going to come back, Christopher Lambert was going to come back.
Oh yeah.
Even Chris Casamassa, who was Scorpion, was going to come back. And they kept changing. They kept changing the script. They kept changing ideas. At one point, it was going to be a retcon of Annihilation. At one point, it was going to be a prequel about Sub-Zero. They kept changing directors.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw in some pizza pockets. I'll be right back.
Oh man, that sounds good.
Yeah. But yeah, John, at one point, I think Russell Mulcahy was going to direct.
That would have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
The writer of
Highlander, and also The Shadow.
Yeah. I still have to see The Shadow.
Yeah. He definitely knows his mix of action and fantasy, that's for sure.
Yeah, because they were talking about doing Devastation since what, the second movie? Or like
since Annihilation came and went, yeah.
I especially remember like between 05 and 07, just hearing about Devastation. Like they were going to do it around that time, and
yeah,
especially around that time period.
And at one point, I think at one point, New Line said that they no longer had the rights at some point, but that proved to be bullshit because they ended up producing the reboot anyways. Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I wish I saw that in the theater. Well, we're actually just BSing around. We're done with the main topic. But what are your thoughts on the Beetlejuice 2?
Interesting. They didn't show much of it, but I mean, it didn't piss me off, that's for sure. But we have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, I have some questions though. I mean, obviously, from the opening shot of the funeral, it's the funeral of Charles.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Jones's character, which I'm okay with.
I'm okay with because he's a fucking sex offender in real life.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a little weird that they would go back to that house. And why does Lydia look a little bit surprised to see Beetlejuice again? Like, have you not seen him since?
Have you not seen him? Like, did the cartoon count?
Is that canon?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little weird, to see. I mean, it was cool to see Beetlejuice again. So, I mean, they kept it like a teaser. They didn't reveal much.
Yeah, and the line, "The juice is loose."
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, there's no CGI in here. So, I mean.
Yeah, it seems like Burton's going to be as practical as he can be, which is a good thing.
Yeah, Rob Zombie almost directed Crow 2037. Christopher Lee is the villain.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe Matt, when he gets back, he can,
Tell us
chime in on that one. I wonder if he's heard
Yeah.
about that one.
Yeah. But yeah, like going back to Mortal Kombat Devastation, at one point they were going to film in 2005 in New Orleans, but you know what happened that
Oh
time?
yeah, Katrina.
Yeah,
Oh,
apparently destroyed the filming locations and stuff.
maybe it would have been, interesting to see that as a backdrop for a fight.
Yeah, but probably more interesting than what was in the 2021 film where they fought in front of a house and inside a camper.
Yeah,
From what I remember, yeah,
it was like some kind of like shack.
yeah.
Hard Justice, I've never heard of.
I've never heard of that either. David Bradley. I think that's the dude from the American Ninja sequels.
Okay, I still haven't. I think I got the first American Ninja. Yeah, see, that's just another film to add to the list of that I have not seen yet.
Yeah.
But Eraser, I've seen 87 times. It's weird.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 95, I've seen 10,000 more times than that, Yes, there were some unmade scripts written for the third Mortal Kombat film. And what you said about it was true. I don't think any of those scripts are available, though. Huh. Yeah, he's probably mentioning the third film, but in terms of like the reboot, I did see the pages of the of a draft for the 2021 film on the Russian website. Script for a reboot. If you think that movie was bad, from what I remember, trust me, it could have been. Yes, because I did touch on a few details like that about how Cole was going to be Scorpion, and how, granted, the plot armor isn't much better,
Yeah, but Scorpion would have been a more digestible notion.
Yeah, more digestible. What do you think would have been better, the dragon birthmarks or the dragon medallions?
At least Medallion would be different.
Different. It would make more sense.
Yeah.
It was just funny because the medallions, that reminds me of the Double Dragon movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to see Double Dragon. I think it's on Tubi still.
Yeah.
Double Dragon. Yeah, maybe I can add that to what to watch soon.
Yeah. And what else about the script? They dropped a lot of stuff from the initial drafts of the script. I can't remember every single detail, but I definitely know that it went through some rewrites. Apparently, I think they had the idea of Cole ever since the Mortal Kombat Legacy writers came in, but I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
someone must have fucking thought that was a good idea, and I think probably because New Line, Warner Brothers, or whoever wanted to get the project as quick off the ground as possible, they were like, "Nah, keep that shit."
Yeah.
It's possible, Cole was a studio mandated choice, so.
Oh, we dodged a bullet with Rob Zombie's Crow.
Steven E. D'Souza was going to do the third Crow. Wow.
It would have been the Crow in that zombie version. Jason Momoa? I don't know.
Nah.
But Jack, since you're here too, what would you like to see? If we do it, of course we'll do more of these installments, but is there something that you want to see be discussed, or should we mix it up and throw in a bunch of topics?
Oh yeah, it just came to me now. There were some details of the Mortal Kombat script that I remember. There were some stupid shit like originally, Kung Lao was mute.
Kung Lao was mute. Man, that would have been stupid.
Yeah, Kano was a full on good guy at first. He wasn't going to betray the team. And I think he had a close connection with Sonya, which is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because Kano and Sonya are like enemies in the game, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't have her be like with Liu Kang or even Johnny Cage like in '95, but Kano's all right.
Even in the reboot, they don't acknowledge that. So
Yeah. They got rid of that. There was also stupid shit like some of the like how the characters get their names. Like Sonya Blade, her name isn't Sonya Blade. It's just a nickname she got from the blades that she collects.
Oh wait, was that in the 21 movie?
No.
Oh, I was about to say. I'm sorry. Just
that was in the script. And from what I heard, Liu Kang, that's not his real name. That's the name of the trafficker he killed, but he took it. That was in the original script. That's not in the movie.
Wait, he took the name of a trafficker he killed?
Yeah.
What?
See how much worse it could have been?
Who comes up with this?
I know, right? It sounded so damn stupid.
Yeah, it could have been worse. Jack, I mean, geez.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta go. My wife wants to try and go to the store.
Okay.
That's fine. I mean, do you want to wrap up here or?
Sure. Well, you guys can keep going, but I gotta roll out.
Hey, thank you, Matt, for joining in, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me. It sucks that Jack just got here and I gotta go, but
Are you good?
I was showing John what it looks like here earlier. So I gotta go shovel for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just so I can get out of here. No.
Go erase some of the snow.
Erase some of the snow.
Yeah, I wish. You know what I said even before I said I'm gonna have to
watch The Fifth Element. Yeah.
Oh, I am. Just for you, Jamie. Just for you.
Just
watch it while you're eating your pizza pockets.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Find it. Buy it if you have to.
I'm gonna probably on archive.org.
Yeah, that works well. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was saying earlier, like, I know I'm gonna have to go shovel, and then the fucking plow's gonna come after I shovel, right after.
Yeah, I gotta go to the grocery store here.
Yeah, I already went grocery shopping, so, and I had some Dairy Queen earlier, so.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. I love you guys.
All right, man.
I love everybody out there.
Oh,
Jamie, I've been meaning to ask you. I really dig the tune. I really, really dig the tunes.
Oh no, actually, Jack, we all three like tag teamed the files, so we actually went faster.
Yeah.
And I think me chiming in had something to do with that. I don't know.
Definitely, Alex gave us a big wind. Like, we were able to like recharge and just bam.
Yeah.
So
it was amazing.
So send them more. Keep on sending them, Jack.
Yeah, keep on sending them. We probably need a fourth member to join us in one of those things too, whoever it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we do Jack nights from now on, everybody who joins in we should all do just Jack. Like bounce it back. Because I remember when we did the Terminator one about that T-1000 being of alien origin, we started doing Jack, but we kind of veered off, as we always do. Even sometimes when we record these things, people don't realize, but there's like an hour missing of us just getting to the next thing. But yeah, it'd be an amazing way to do the notes, and then people can ask questions to Jack, and maybe we could do a Q&A with Jack, and Jack can write some answers, and we can talk about it.
And usually I'll make a scheduled thumbnail from when this is going to start. So if Jack wants to catch the next one when we go live, you'll know when and what time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got some Jack stuff that I've been looking over lately. I'm going way back to 2016 again, and I'm redoing the entire file. So there's 100 pages, baby, 101 pages of Jack. I think we've only done like maybe 10% of what we actually got.
Doing this on Skype and Skype, crapping out every now and then.
Yeah, it's like fuck that shit.
Yeah, but StreamYard's, I mean, this is a much better platform for that.
Oh yeah,
it's short.
But like even the ones that we did last time, I was looking over them, and like the last time we did Jack's notes, it was fucking crazy how much stuff we did.
Plus, you're able to customize presentations like this, and you're able to share files on the screen as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it. Yeah, and I've also heard of the novelization too.
Yeah, novelizations are good, man.
Yeah, and I've seen pages
of Annihilation.
Yeah, and I've seen pages of the original script as well. They were, the ensemble was going to be much larger. There were, from what I remember, I think Sub-Zero and Nightwolf were joined along, and they were involved in the final battle.
Nice.
They even brought.
Oh, guys, I got a rock.
Okay, man.
Right. I gotta go, guys. But like, hit me up later on.
Any final word?
Any final words?
Any final words?
Your
luggage. Your luggage.
The session has been erased.
Yeah. Your luggage. Shoots the alligator in the face. Your luggage.
Yeah.
Welcome to Earth. All right.
That's a different movie.
I'll see you guys later.
All right.
All right. Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye. I don't know how to get out of here.
All right.
I'm stuck in here.
All right, dude.
Later.
Ciao. All right. Thank you. Well, but thank you for everybody for watching. Yeah, it seems like Alex left, but real quick, like I said, thank you to everybody who watched. And like I said, the first hour and some change, we knocked it out, and Alex joined in. It was great to have him, and he helped us out. And the last hour of this was pretty much a hangout. So
yeah,
if we're gonna do this again, and we'll figure that out for the second one, what to discuss and what do you guys want to see. But yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thank you, Jack Craven, again. Thank you, everybody, for chiming in, and have a good day.
Adios.